if you will start now with your oral presentation by group, but even if it is assigned by group, you still have each member of the group should have his or her share to present individually, because that is part of our rating. So the first is for us to be ready. So you consider 15 minutes for the rest to join in our virtual meeting. Then after that, beyond 15 minutes, they are already considered as late. Then after that, we'll have our opening prayer. And after the opening prayer, you introduce yourselves, those who are assigned to present for that particular day for the oral presentation. So since this is our first meeting, so there will be no oral presentation yet, because I have not given you your assignment and you are not yet group also. So first, after the opening prayer, let everybody is requested to open their video cam for the, what do you think, the virtual classroom attendance. Can you do it, class? Virtual classroom attendance. Everybody, please open your video cam. Then, mayor of this section, are you using your video cam, the laptop, or you are just using your cell phone? Mayor of this section.
Cell phone, Ramis.
Cell phone? So, who can take picture? Di ako ang camera murag sa laptop, murag medyo bati no kay hanap. Dili kay klaro. But kung nagilain, then I'll be the one to do it na lang. So, any volunteer to take picture for us, then after you take picture, you send that to our GC for our classroom attendance. So, that is to be done right after the opening prayer. Then, another one, the second shot will be done before the dismissal of this class. So, kaduha, no? Because there are those na maybe they can be they can join in our Zoom meeting later part na, kay maybe naglag, no, ang ilang connection. Okay, so, who would like to do it? So, do I have to call each one of you? Yes, Miss Frechelin, Secretaria. You're raising your hand. Yes?
Sorry, miss. Na-click ra, miss. Na-click ra, miss. Sorry.
Sige. You can click it down. Pwede ra i-down na nimo. Naman na diha, no? Sa reaction. Okay. So, mag-roll call ta ni Jamaica Marie Duran, Melvin, Nick Ortiz, Nicole Ann Eslit, Rico J. Cunag, then Eliza Arabes, Princess Larayos, Reynalyn Faura, Yancy Dominic Sarmiento, we have Restauro, then Crestilene Argenti and Jezreel May Nateo. So, palihog ko ninyo open sa inyong video cam para katong mo volunteer to take picture, pwede na. Sige, kinsa may mo take a picture. Any volunteer to take picture? Wala? Sige, ako nalay mo take a picture provided nga palihog, i-open lang ang inyong video cam. Nicole Ann Eslit. Rafa Yamada.
Excuse me, ma'am. Nag-open po cam.
Nag-open na niya. Si Rafa Yamada, murag ang imurang buhok mo'y nakit-anday. Okay ka na.
Nag-open ako, miss.
Then, Jerome Villanueva. Then, kani si Jezreel May Tanio. Okay, so Jerome, di siguro ni kadungog kay naamay nag-air plug ano?
Naona, miss.
Naona? Sige lagi akong kaglingi, okay? Sige, everybody, be ready to smile. Okay, first meeting man ni nato, no? So, I need your sweet smiles. Can you do it, class? Okay, ready? 1, 2, 3, smile. Facebook. Okay. Ako ni, kung sa mga section, 1TSIE1F. Right? Yung kani akong messenger, dugay kaayo. Dugay mo in-log kaayo sa tanan. Okay. Let me check. Sending it now. Hanap. Usara ni siya, no? Nya. There are, pila ni kabuok? 5, 10, 15, 20, 25 only niya. Kani si Clarence Blanco. So, I think, murag, I need another one. So, how will I do it? Kani. Okay. Then, the rest, kani si Montalvo, Yancy, open your video cam. Princess Larayos, Villanueva, Rituerto, Tanio again. So, palihog kong open sa inyong video cam kay para makuanta mo o picture. Amahan, Erika, Larayos, please. Darwin Batukan.
Nag-una mo
Yes,
kamis.
Nag-una, miss.
Ni Ona niya. Karon si Donna Marie Egos. Si Lim, can you open your video cam now? Kay para I can take your pictures. Sige, everybody. Kim Rituerto and Villanueva, will you please open your video cam?
Nag-open ako ang kamis.
Nag-ona. Si Villanueva, dugay lagi, no? Itong
Nag-una, miss.
paghihapon.
Nag-own ako, miss.
Nag-own.
Good morning.
Okay. Good. Si Macasero, wala. Mag-on. Because I have 33. Karon pa.
Try ka ng akong internet, miss, ba kay on-off for kanina.
So, before ni na ako i-off, kuha lang kog lain nga attendance kay 33 naman ka buo. So, lacking na lang og duha. Then, magkuha ko sa attendance and then, tiwaso ninyo og tan-aw class ang akong pre-recorded video. I'm going to send it to our GC. Is it okay with you? Then, kuhaon ako ang attendance na pagkaroon because there are already 33 of you. So, katong wala ka-open ganina sa ilang video cam, pwede ninyong i-open o balik. I'm going to. Then, if ever you have questions pertaining to my discussion about the netiquette and the VMGO, please try to ask your question in our GC. So, atura ko mo entertain og question class sa ayaw i-PM, ayaw i-DM. Is it clear? Ask it through our GC. Because when you ask question, there might be somebody else who have the same questions as yours. So at least I can only answer that once. Di na ako magsige og answer kada usa ninyo, no? Automatic na makitaan sa tanan ang inyong question. So, if you have concerns pertaining to our class, not the personal one, please ask your concerns. So, post your queries in our GC. Is it clear? Klaro ra class? No? Okay. Unya, kamong tanan, ako na ning gi-consider or ako nang nag-resume na po class na all of you were able to pass your calculus, right? The differential and integral calculus. Because those are the prerequisite subjects before you enroll physics for engineers. Take note that this physics for engineers is a major subject of the engineering students. So since, what is the difference between physics for engineers and an ordinary physics you have taken up in your high school or in your senior high? So the difference is just the manner, the way of solving the problem. Because for any problem in physics, it can be solved in several ways. But when it comes to physics for engineers, you have to have a calculus-based solution. So what do we mean with calculus-based solution? So may gimina to calculus-based solution class. Nga, ang inyong solution, it will be with the use of differentiation and integration. So getting the derivative, getting the integrand. So Mona, this is the reason why you really have to pass the 2 subjects before you can enroll physics for engineers. So ang akong i-discuss with you next week will be about the for sure you have taken already your vectors, the vector addition and vector difference, right? And when we say vector addition, it can be, and vector difference, it can be added algebraically if they are on the same line of action, the same direction, get their sum, opposite direction, get their difference. But the moment the 2 forces or vectors are given in different directions, not that they are acting on the same level of action, anak ba? So inaani na sila. No? Naana na. Then, you are going to add them vectorially. But I would like to ask you first, before we end, were you able to take up vector multiplication? Yes or no? Vector multiplication. Excuse me for a while. Nasa kay na ay na doorbell. Kadiya pa. Okay, vector multiplication. We also have scalar multiplication. So that product, and the other one is vector multiplication cross product. So I'm going to discuss this with you before we start with our lesson proper, no? Just to have a review of what you have learned from your high school about this vectors, vector multiplication. But nobody answer me. Naana mo'y vector multiplication?
Wala, miss.
Sa inyong high school? Wala ni
Wala, miss.
take up sa inyong teachers in the high school? Wala ba? Sige, so para dali ra ta magkasinabot with my discussion with you next meeting, mao na akong ihatag ninyo nga assignment, ha? Try to read about vector multiplication, dot product, and cross product. So dot product gani, that is the result of scalar multiplication. Cross product gani, it is the result of vector multiplication. So again, read and study about vector multiplication, scalar multiplication or dot product, and the other one is vector multiplication or cross product. So, that product gani or scalar multiplication, ang result ana sa vector class is a scalar quantity. Cross product gani or vector multiplication, the result is a vector quantity. And I know that for sure that you know the difference between a scalar quantity and a vector quantity. Am I right? Diba mo unsa na scalar quantity? Yes or no? Vector quantity. Or nakalimot na?
Kalimot.
Oh, Mr. Yes, Mr. Ortiz. Do you still remember a scalar quantity and a vector quantity?
Yes, miss.
Okay. So what's the difference between these two? Any idea?
Scalar quantity, miss, as I only have the magnitude, while
Mhm.
vector quantity have the magnitude and direction.
Very good. Also, their only difference is the direction. Pero, have you heard about vector division? What is the reason why we cannot have vector division? Why is it there is vector addition, vector difference or subtraction, and vector multiplication, but in any physics book, you cannot find vector division? So that will be your special assignment also. Try to know what is the reason why there is no vector division. Okay? Now, in this course class, No Physics for Engineers, it comprises of everything in physics, like the mechanics part. It composes of mechanics, then thermodynamics. So, for mechanics, that is pertaining to forces and motion, and so on and so forth. Then thermodynamics, that is about temperature, about heat, no, and heat transfer. The next is electricity. That pertains about electric charges and fields, voltage, current, and resistance. So, part 3 na, 3 parts na. The fourth part 4 of this course is the what? Magnetism, which involves magnetic substances, magnets. Then, the fifth one is combination of electricity and magnetism, which is what? We have electricity and magnetism combined, so we have electromagnetism. So, naatay consider nga electromagnetic field and so on and so forth. Then, the last part, which is the sixth part, or part 6 of this course, is about light. So, light, which has dual nature. Its particle nature and its wave nature. But we consider the wave property of light. So we have the electromagnetic wave, then we have lenses and mirrors, and then reflection and refraction. So, punong ni siya ka parts class. But ang mechanics will be divided into 3 parts, no? Kaya mo may medyo taas-taas. So, this section is being divided into 8 groups. So, if there are 34 of you, how many? Yeah, 34 divided by 8. So, 4-5, kabuok, no? Ang naa. Okay. 4 to 5 members in each group. And then, mag-schedule ko na. So, Monday, I think I can finish with the activities and the scheduling. That will be Monday evening. Akong ihatag ninyo so that you will be ready. So, for your advanced assignment, please try to read and study about vector multiplication, scalar multiplication or dot product, and vector multiplication or cross product. Then, your special assignment is to find out why is it there is no vector division. Okay? So, are you ready now with another picture taking? So, open na sad ang atong video cam again. Taniyo, kinsa pa ning uban, palihog kuha niya. Kaduha ta kuha na. So, ang inyong smile, i-retain na ninyo kay kaduha ko magkuha because dili masud sa usa lang ka ano. Okay? So, si Pong, kinsa man ni si Gia Erica. Gia Erica, Pungautan.
Ma'am, good morning. Dito ko mauna ko ka, ma'am, kay mulag ang Zoom.
So, di ma-open. Anyway naman, imong ato lang i-consider. Okay, everybody, you smile. Okay. kay first lang to siya nga on screen. Then for the second one, another one. Okay. Smile. Okay. So another one. How many pictures now do we have here? 1, 2, 3. Okay, that's it. So there are 4. Now, I'm going to send na my recorded video to our GC. So what you will do is to continue to listen to my discussion about our net ticket and the VMGO, because that is very important class, especially we are always having this virtual classes. No? Okay ra? Okay na? So ako na ni siyang isend dito sa inyong this one. Where is it? Recorded video ako isend. Ako i-check ha. So, you can transfer na to our GC. Kaya ako na ning i-end ang atong meeting. Then, once again,